Good morning, Kiana. Thank you so much for stopping by Social Synergy this morning. I am so excited to talk to you about our office hours coming up this Tuesday. You're going to be our speaker talking about maximizing mentorship.
Yes.
You have so much experience with that, just being a connector and just motivating people to connect. So I just wanted to talk with you this morning about your thoughts about the entrepreneurship community, first of all, in general, in St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, St. Louis, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and to talk on Tuesday. But yeah, the entrepreneurship community here in St. Louis is growing tremendously, like every day. Mm-hmm. It's a great time to be an entrepreneur. There is an abundance of resources, community-wise, as well as, funding, ways to connect, different events such as your location. It's just a really awesome time to be an entrepreneur and to really take the leap, go after your passion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's awesome. We really try to encourage our Social Synergy members to kind of have that mindset. And, you talked about taking the leap. And, there are so many things that you think about before you decide, should I take the leap? And I think that's where, mentorship comes into play. It's like, I can have this group of advisors that can kind of help me figure out my timeline and my, next steps. And so, in your experience, how important is mentorship?
Well, mentorship is very important, and having different types of mentors, as you said. I mean, there are the peer mentors, which are your friends, your family, other entrepreneurs. And peer mentorship is, you motivate each other because you guys are in the same boat. You guys are all thinking about taking that leap, or you guys are all have taken that leap and are figuring out, how do I move forward? And so you have different perspectives on how do you move forward, but just having those conversations is really important, and having that support and the guidance of your peers is equally as important as having a mentor who has been there and done that already. And so that's the second type of mentorship that's really important, is having someone who has been in business, who has run a company, who has taken that leap to guide you on that journey, because it's not a straight shot. You have to pivot because you learn things about yourself individually as an entrepreneur. You also learn things about the business, about the market, because it changes literally every second of the day. And just having that person who has the wisdom and who has the expertise and the knowledge in a specific industry. It could be marketing, it could be general business, it could be accounting, because all of those things are important when you are running a business. And let me just note that, not everybody who takes the leap is an entrepreneur, because you have to grow in becoming an entrepreneur. You have to be developed. And I think people who are entrepreneurs, it's kind of like the proof is in the pudding. You have to take certain action steps to become an entrepreneur. You can't just starting a business doesn't make you an entrepreneur.
Okay, often entrepreneurs rely on their skill set, and they rely on education to sort of get their foot in the door and to speak to the validity, of their ability. How important is it to connect to people, and what are some of the other unwritten rules and expectations that you need to have aside from just having that skill or that education?
Yeah, so I think, in the entrepreneurship community, now with there being so many events and opportunities to connect with people that are like-minded, it's especially important to, when you meet people, look at how genuine they are and, what type of chemistry you have. It's kind of like, relationship. You have to, I think, in order to have meaningful connections, you have to be thinking about more than what you can get out of the relationship. It has to be reciprocal, which is just like mentorship. Mentorship is reciprocal. So when you're thinking about making connections with people or asking people to be your mentor, to guide you on that journey, you have to think about, what can I give them, in return for what they're giving me? Because mentorship is learning. It's a learning experience, and you're learning from each other. And in our program and in my experience is that, the mentor gets as much out of the relationship as you get from them, because they're learning a different perspective as well. And so just making meaningful connections and being genuine and looking beyond what you can get out of that relationship is really important, and keeping the relationship and cultivating the relationship, which is equally important, because you don't want to just start it. It takes work, just like your business takes work. So those things are highly important.
Well, these are some of the reasons why we are so excited to have you here to talk to our network of entrepreneurs through Social Synergy. You have such a wealth of knowledge to share with them, and so I'm just thankful to be able to talk with you and look forward to hearing what you have to say on a Tuesday at our Social Synergy office hours.
Thank you. I'm excited to be there to speak.
All right.